So menopause is a physiological condition. Okay, it's not a disease. It in a female around 45 to 51, 55 years, they attain menopause. There is cessation of menstruation and they attain menopause. It is a physiological condition. Although it is a physiological condition, it is associated with so many problems in female. That is why one whole topic has been given in gynae books for this condition. Since it is associated with so much problem in female, we have to know the problem and then we have to know the treatment for this condition, the problems and treatment for the problems. So what do you mean by menopause? It is a permanent cessation of menstruation. So this word permanent is very important because once there is cessation of menstruation, she is not going to have menstruation unless there is some pathology in the uterus. There is some pathology such as cancer or other problem. So you have to know that it is a permanent condition. So average age of menopause is 51. Although female they attain menopause before 40 years also, and they can attain menopause after 55, 56 years also. But if you take average age, it is 51 years. And this average age 51 years, it doesn't have affected, it is not affected by race of the female, height, weight, and parity. So no matter from where the female has come, either from America or Nepal or whatever, the average age is always 51 years. And it is known that in some female, earlier menopause also cause, and these are smokers and severe malnutrition. Although smokers and severe malnutrition, they attain menopause a bit earlier, 1-2 years earlier. The average age is 51 years, and it doesn't have effect on the race, height, weight, or parity, or other things. Only some smokers and severe malnutrition, they attain menopause a bit earlier. And when a female attain menopause before 40 years, it is known as premature menopause. Okay. And premature menopause, the female who attain premature menopause, they face more problem than those patients who attain menopause at 51 or after 51 years. So how you diagnose menopause? When a patient has amenorrhea, it can be secondary amenorrhea also. So how you know that patient has attained menopause? You can diagnose menopause by just carrying out hormone profile FHS, follicular stimulating hormone. Perimenopause, the FHS is more than 15 international unit, and diagnosis of menopause can be done when FHS is more than 40 international unit. And since it is a physiological condition, what is so important about this condition, significance of menopause? Because the age of menopause is fixed. We have already talked that the average age is 51 years. But nowadays, life expectancy is increasing. Initially, in Nepalese, the life expectant age used to be 45. Nowadays, it is more than 65 or 70. So we are living more. Life expectancy is more. So females, they have to face menopause and its problem more. Okay. If a female dies at 45 before they attain menopause, they don't have to face the problem of menopause. Nowadays, since they live more, they have to face the problems associated with menopause more. So more likely to suffer from long-term consequence of menopause. And among the long-term problem, osteoporosis is a very serious problem which a patient has to face lots of morbidity. So if female attain menopause or if female is going to attain menopause soon, we can prevent the complication of osteoporosis. But once patient has faced osteoporosis, it cannot be cured. We can prevent it. Hello. Good morning. तिमी तल बस्दै गर म क्लास पढाइरहेको छु कि है अब 45 मिनट आधा घण्टा Okay. So one of the problem of menopause, long-term problem is osteoporosis, and it's a condition which can be prevented, but once it occurs, it cannot be cured. So this is a condition which is associated with lots of morbidity, and before patient attain menopause, if patient is become aware of osteoporosis and then prevention method is adopted, we can prevent osteoporosis. So this is the significance of knowing about menopause. A female can be, who is going to attain menopause, can be counsel about osteoporosis and counsel about the problem associated with menopause, so that once she attains menopause, she doesn't have to face so much problem. That is the significance. Now, why this? What is the pathophysiology of menopause? Why it occurs? So what happens in the ovary around 35 years, the germ cells are going to get around 35 or 40 years, the remaining germ cells get depleted. These germ cells are the cells which cause ovulation, and then patient female, they have menstruation monthly. So by the time patient attain 35 or 40 years, what will happen? The healthy germ cells become depleted and unhealthy germ cells are there only. So these unhealthy germ cells, they become resistant to gonadotrophin, FHS, LH. These are the gonadotrophin, and germ cells become resistant to gonadotrophin. When they get resistance, automatically gonadotrophin level start increasing to stimulate these unhealthy germ cells. So what happens? Slowly you will find that FHS, LH start increasing. And at this point, the condition is known as compensated ovarian failure, okay? This compensated ovarian failure is the time when patients start having irregular menstruation, and in other words, the other medical term is dysfunctional uterine bleeding. During dysfunctional uterine bleeding, patients start having irregular menstruation, which can be prolonged menstruation, which can be intramenstrual bleeding, all these problems. So this condition is known as compensated ovarian failure, where LH FSH start increasing, and after LH FSH increasing only, the unhealthy germ cells start getting stimulated. Unless the gonadotrophin level is increased, these germ cells don't get stimulated. So patients start having irregular ovulation and irregular bleeding. And this, at this point, this condition is known as compensated ovarian failure. And there will be one point where partial ovarian failure will occur. Here also, only a few germ cells are remaining and infrequent menstruation. Patients start having, at this point, patients start having menstruation only after 5 months or 1 year, like that, okay? Usually this partial ovarian failure occurs around 45, 49, 50 years. Increased LH, FSH fail to follicular growth. At one point, even with increased LH, FSH, the follicular growth will fail to grow because there is no more germ cells. All the germ cells that is present in the ovary are depleted. There is no more germ cells. So in spite of increased LH, FSH, There is no follicular growth, there is no ovulation, and one fine day, there is no growth of endometrial growth, and she will attain menopause. So, this menopause is the time when she doesn't have any more germ cells, and in spite of increased LH, FHS, they start having cessation of menstruation, and this is known as menopause. Okay, and this is a permanent condition. So we have already discussed that menopause is having so much problem with the female, and then we need to know about the condition so that we can prevent the complications and we can counsel about the condition to the patient so that she doesn't have to face so much problem. If there is problem also, we can advise her the treatment. So what are the effect of menopause? There are two types of effect. One is short-term effect, another is long-term effect. Among the short-term effect, the hot flush is the one which is most distressing. Usually, this can be presented before patient attain menopause, and then patient will start having intense heat starting from face, head, neck, and chest or earlobe, and it will spread to whole body, and it can last for few seconds to few hours, and patients start having sweating because of the heat, and it is because of this only patients start having lack of sleep because of the heat. Almost 75 to 80 patient of female who has attained menopause will have this problem, and then it can last for few seconds to 1 hour or 2 hour, or it can start at any time. Associated with features like night sweat, irritability, lethargy, insomnia, tiredness, and this hot flush it can last for few years or 1 to 5 years. And I have already said that those ladies who has premature menopause, usually those ladies who undergoes hysterectomy and surgical menopause, who has attained surgical menopause, premature menopause, they have this problem more pronounced. Okay, so this is a very distressing condition, hot flushes, and it will disturb her. It can disturb her day-to-day life. And another short-term effect is genitourinary symptoms. So it is, as the word itself explains, it is genital and means it will affect the genital tract and it will affect the urinary tract. Okay, lack of estrogen will cause decreased blood supply and decreased tissue elasticity. So there is a decreased tissue elasticity in the genital tract, that is in the vagina, in the vulva, and in the uterus, in the surface, and even in the urinary tract. So there is tissue elasticity lackness. So what are the urinary symptoms? All the symptoms, just like that of UTI, will be present to the ladies: dysuria, frequency of urine, urgency, and voiding difficulty, incontinence. So this urinary symptoms, and genital symptoms are dyspareunia. Patient will have painful coitus, apareunia. She will not be interested in having intercourse, and genital tract trauma. If patient have intercourse also because of the tissue elasticity decreaseness, patient can have trauma in the genital tract and loss of libido. Patient will be not interested in the sexual act also, and then sometimes uterovaginal prolapse also can occur. So you will notice that those ladies who have uterovaginal prolapse, they usually are patients who have attained menopause. And another important aspect of short-term effect is psychological effect: anxiety, irritability, depression, fluctuation of the mood, inability to concentrate. See, this inability to concentrate is very pronounced in ladies who has just attained menopause, because it is a new physiological changes that occur in the ladies, and then they have got decreased concentration power, learning ability, and poor memory. So these problems are very pronounced in the ladies who are going to attain menopause also, and who has already attained menopause. This is a very difficult conditions, and patient will be depressed. And mostly all these problems are because of lackness of sleep. And this insomnia is usually because of the hot flush. So let's come to the long-term effect of menopause. The most important effect is osteoporosis. I have already said that osteoporosis is a condition which can be prevented, but once it occurs, it cannot be cured. So what do you mean by osteoporosis? Decrease in the bone mass, microarchitectural deterioration of bone mass, and leading to risk of bone fracture even in absence of trauma. So the bone structure is there, but bone become very porous. There is small holes in the bone, and it becomes very fragile. And in absence of fracture also, patient can have fracture of the bone. In absence of trauma also, you don't need to fall, or you don't need to fall down or face accident. Just by bending your body, she can just, the bone is so fragile that it can get fractured. So this osteoporosis is a very dangerous condition which is associated with lots of morbidity, and it can be prevented. We will discuss it in detail how we can prevent osteoporosis. Now let's come to ischemic heart disease. This lack of estrogen will cause decreased HDL LDL ratio. HDL is a cardiac protective lipoprotein, and LDL is the harmful lipoprotein. And when HDL LDL ratio become decreased, then patient face more cardiac ischemic heart disease. Okay, and in case of osteoporosis, the pathophysiology is how the bone becomes so much porous. So what happens? The peak bone mass reaches around fourth decade, that is 40 years. After that, the bone mass becomes less. Till 40 years, the bone mass will increase all the time. Osteoblastic effect is more till 40 years. Osteoblastic means the bone cells is forming all the time. So after that, after 40 years, the bone mass start losing. And once female they attain menopause, this loss of bone mass accelerate. So if after 40 years, 10% of the bone mass is decreasing every year, once the female attain menopause, almost 20-30% of the bone mass start decreasing. So bone mass will decrease after 40 after patient has attained menopause. And the risk of fracture of bone is usually distal radius, neck of femur, and vertebral bone. When there is fracture of the vertebral bone, patients start having bending, okay, stooping. And distal radius and neck of fracture, there will be fracture of the femur bone. So how you know the bone mass? Bone mass can be measured by this X-ray, DEXA. The full form of DEXA is dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. So we can measure the bone mass by this X-ray, and then before patient attain menopause only, if we can carry out DEXA, then we know that there are some patients who are more prone for osteoporosis, and we can treat her before patient can attain menopause, so that we can prevent osteoporosis. And there is another condition, Dowey's hump. This is a crush or fracture of vertebral bone, usually T8 to L4. And this occurs, there is spontaneous fracture of these bones, and patient will start having kyphosis, decrease of the height of the female by 15 centimeters. So she start having stooping. Okay. So the long-term effect is ischemic heart disease, osteoporosis, and another condition is Alzheimer's. I don't know where. I haven't written this condition, Alzheimer's. It is a dementia which ladies they face after menopause around 65 years. So that is also one of the long-term effect. Alzheimer's is also another long-term effect of osteoporosis. And if you have seen patient with Alzheimer's, you can see that it is a very distressing condition to the female as well as the family of the female or the patient, because slowly the the cells become atrophic, and then her motor functions will decrease slowly, and then later on sensory function will deteriorate. Initially, she will start having short-term memory. The memory which is recent, she will lose. The the longer memory will be there, the recent memory will be lost, and then slowly the motor and sensory effect also will start having, and she will be paralyzed within 5 6 years. And the life expectancy of these patients, they usually survive around 8 to 10 years, but slowly everything will deteriorate in her body. So Alzheimer's is a very serious problem which will affect the patient as well as it will affect the family of the patient, because the patient care is very necessary and a full-time patient care is required. So it is a distressing and very time consuming to the family also for the treatment of the patient. So this is all for today. I'll be teaching you the treatment of menopause, both short term and long term effect tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay. If you have any query, you can ask me tomorrow. That is all for today.